welcome here to the Division 3 Winter Final as we have finally reached the conclusion, the apex of the winter season here in Brossard, Quebec, as we get ready for the Battle of the Ones, Bless against Junkyard Dog. Welcome my broadcast partner, Dan Lazzara. Dan, good evening to you. Your first foray into this world of broadcasting, a different view from up here than down there. Your early thoughts here as we get ready for kickoff between Bless and Junkyard Dogs.
Well, I want to say thank you very much for being here. It's completely an honor to be next to the one and only Mokan.
You almost had Peasy and Brent.
I know, but we upgraded over here and we got the best of the best over here. So, just a quick thought. Terry Babelis, the rusher for the Bless team, went down with an injury, unfortunately, yesterday. Tough blow for them. He had 15 sacks on the season. He's clearly one of the most dominant rushers in the league, and I really think that's going to pay dividends to this game.
Well, you know what? As we get back into the broadcast booth here and get ready for that, speaking to Will Power and speaking to what the plan will be for them as they get ready for a game with Saw and Terry Babelis, it appears they might go to a rushing committee of Marvin Steinberg and, of course, William Powers. So we'll see what happens now as we get ready here. So it's the 8-2 Junkyard Dogs against the 9-1 Blessed. The first seed against the first seed, two high-octane, high-powered offenses will go at it today. It'll be quite fascinating to see how this goes. And starting off will be Jason Rossi, who had 48 touchdowns, almost 2,000 yards passing. But, Dan, we mentioned on Friday in our prep, of the 48 touchdowns, 28 went to the Smirgeon brothers. And here's his first pass, looking deep to the near right, and that's caught by number 24 in Sean Smirgeon, who had 36 catches. So they go with the all-reliable with that first play.
I think that was Rory that just caught it, and it was a deep over route. He really got the defender on the middle number 3 guy.
Oh, that's true. My bad. I apologize.
Not a problem. I just think that if he keeps working that over-under concept to the sidelines, it's going to be huge for these guys. Let's see how they play on the second play of the game. Yeah,
Rory. I've seen Sean. I put him twice in my list here.
Nice. Very nice.
So Rory Smirgeon had 36 during the regular season. Trips left. The first time we see an overload here, and we'll see what Will Power does as a pass rusher. Wearing the number 19 uniform. First snap right there. Rossi looking over the middle. That's caught. Spin move and up ahead. And Sean Smirgeon will get up and tackled by Marvin Steinberg as they're knocking at the door of the end zone here on a cross from now.
So he was a bit hesitant on that one, Rossi, but he did find his man, Sean Smirgeon, over the middle. Really impressive to see Marvin with one hand make that flag. I mean, you would think other guys would try and step up for him, but last man back, he did his job.
Well, you look at the pass targets this year in FPF. The Smirgeon brothers had 92 targets between the two of them. The rest of the team, 106. So we'll see if they can diversify the portfolio of passing. Here's Rossi looking towards the right. Short caught by Paul Lapierre, using his telescopic arms, tackled by Jafar Hassan for about a 2-yard gain. They're now in the red zone here. So, Dan, what's the call here on the red zone play if you're Jason Rossi?
I'd keep going to that triple slants. I think I saw Rory open on the quick slant backside, but nonetheless, Paul made a crazy catch, keeps the drive alive, one step closer to the end zone.
2 minutes into this first half here, opening drive for the Junkyard Dogs. They'll go to a base formation. Yvan Desjardins is the wide receiver number 2 to the right of Rossi. Brandon Robinson, the wide out to the far right. Here's Rossi looking towards the left. Short pass, Lapierre, 6 points, and it's confirmed. Touchdown for the JYD, and a very efficient and smooth operation on that opening drive, as you see by the replay.
No incompletes on that drive. That was impressive. And Paul Lapierre is clearly going to be a mismatch problem over the middle. I think that he will go early and often to Paul Lapierre.
Well, he could be a chief destroyer. He could be a flamethrower for this JYD offense here. And now the critical extra point. Now Marvin Steinberg will be the pass rusher from the looks of it. And it appears, Dan, they're going to go for 2. And that's been the common theme for this team here when it comes to their extra point attempts here on the 2-point converts.
Yeah, they usually go for 40% of their time going for 2 points, and they convert at a 40% clip. So I'd be happy. Oh,
Rossi, far corner, incomplete. Intended for Sean Smirgeon, and that was incomplete. So a 6-0 lead, a good-looking drive for JYD, and now we get our first look at Bless, led by Stephen Haraprasad, who, again, this offense this year, Dan, a 12-game streak of 30-plus points in a matchup. And from the looks of it, it might be one of those high-scoring games.
It does look like it's panning out to be one of those games. I mean, Steven is clearly one of the most accurate QBs in the league. He's completing a bit over 70% on the season. I really think he'll go down this drive with a touchdown and probably a good extra point.
Here's the first play for Haraprasad. Pumping, looking, hook shot, and that is incomplete, intended for Jafar Hassan. And you wonder if maybe the pass rush had an influence on that play, on that curve. And here's that replay right there.
So first play off the bat, you would think it'd be efficient. I mean, right away going with his pump fake. Kev, congratulations, buddy. Hell of a game. Going for this pump fake right away, you see a little bit his feet all over the place. I mean, I would like to see him get that ball out of his hands quick.
Could be an encompassing first half here for this Blessed offense. Second play of the day, looking towards the right, middle, open, power, incomplete. The trajectory was there, the dip was there, but the reception was not.
Good play call. Very good play call. The seam up the middle was wide open. The corners, look at them right now. The Submergent brothers, they're communicating with one another to try and say, hey, someone's got to get over that top because that's a wide open play, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bless come back to that play to hit that seam route to Willpower.
Inside 18 minutes of this first half, 6-0 lead for Junkyard Dog down Lazzara Mocon on the Div3 final on FPF Championship Sunday, and it'll be a base formation with power play in the second receiver to the right. Brossard open and incomplete. And that was intended for David Gakowski. And you talk about the middle, Dan. You made that point before. It's been exposed in back-to-back plays, but no completion. So
he went back to the exact same play. He just flipped the sides. I mean, it's a really good play call. He sends a snapper out to the left. The halfback jumps onto it. It's a wide-open zone. Steven's got to hit that. He knows it.
Well, the thing is, you talk about the big hitters on this offense here. Phil Ferrand, almost 40 catches during the regular season, 13 touchdown grabs. And he was targeted 50 times during the regular season. He's playing the wide out to the far left. And we'll see if his numbers call now. James Langshaw, the opposite, holding the width on the right side of this formation. Brossard looking towards the middle, going deep far left. Incomplete and almost picked off by Rory Submergent. And right now, JYD has the hammer in their hands as they go 4 and out. And inside, literally, the doorstep of scoring more points.
I think there was a little miscommunication on that one. I think Phil Ferrand wanted to come back at the sideline. Steven wanted the hook and go. Luckily, that wasn't a turnover. However, 4 and out. Here we go, Rossi.
A disjointed start for Bless, and now an opportunity. This could be a dream moment here for Jason Rossi, looking to win this title. And he'll have a base formation. Looking towards the left, short, pumping, waiting, looking, middle. Robinson, drop ball. And Brandon Robinson, by first sport, is a basketball player, played at the University of Ottawa. And that looked like a rebound that he missed.
So already we're starting to see the impact of not having Terry Bablis. I mean, Willpower is a great player, don't get me wrong, but he's not a rusher. And you're kind of seeing Rossi go from his first, second, third, maybe even his fourth read. He finds it. Brandon's got to come down with that catch.
I think he was looking at you in the end zone at the top of the stands.
Perhaps he was.
Perhaps he was. All right, base formation again. Hensley Adams playing the second receiver on the right of Rossi. Second down for this Dogs offense. Waiting, evades power, taking off. He goes by, and Jafar Hassan using his telescopic arms in the nick of time to stop that from being a big gain. And now it'll be third down coming up here as we're getting closer towards the red zone.
So we had a little triple slants action to the right side on this one. Jason did a good job of evading the rush. I would like to see him stay, once he evades that rush, try and find that extra man downfield. Could come down to a big play later on in the game.
6-0 lead here as we're south of 60 minutes of this first half. And when the Submergent boys are to the left of Rossi, their numbers have been called multiple times. 28 touchdowns between the two. And we'll see if they go for number 29. Back corner, looking, stretching, incomplete. The idea was there. It was crafted and created, but unfortunately did not come down with the 6. And now it's fourth down here, Dan. So if you are the Blast defense, what are you calling to keep these guys out of the end zone?
I'm playing everyone at the first down. Well, can they get a first down right now? I think they can.
They can, but it knows over there to our left where the first down marker is.
That's a tough call to make. Well, regardless, I'd keep everyone at the first cones. Watch for anything crossing, any hooks at the first cone. I'd try and play with my money over here and try and get a pick.
Looking to add a little bit of gloss to this lead of 6. Could JYD come up with another touchdown off a miscue from the Bless offense? Back end zone, caught, snatching it in for 6. And a 12-0 lead for JYD. And they're locked, they're focused, and easy in the eye on that touchdown grab, as you see by the replay right there.
Paul Lapierre, once again, right over the middle. Goes there, boxes out his man. Here we go. 2 touchdowns now.
And now, Dan, with this being a 12-point lead, does this put more pressure on Stephen Brossard, knowing that, hey, they don't have that little wiggle room to work with, knowing they're down by 2 scores, that if they force another turnover, they could be down by 3 scores.
This is big. This is going to force Bless to step away from their game plan, the short routes, the short intermediate passing game that they love to use. I'm interested to see how they're going to come out on offense on this one. Maybe they try and deep shot right away.
And you wonder the emotional loss of Terry Bablis and his plethora of sacks is impacting this pass rush. Rossi going to the near corner and well defended by Phil Ferrand, intended for Hensley Adams. And so now they get back to the offense here. So, Dan, we saw the first series how that deep middle was open and Stephen Harpersad could not connect. So what adjustment does JYD do to block that avenue and force him elsewhere?
Well, I just want to point out, on extra points, you want to avoid Phil Ferrand. I mean, the guy won two-way player of the year, defensive player of the year, my apologies, and he's one of the better athletes on this team. I think Blessed really needs to score on this drive, or else it could be doomed.
Harpersad pressured, sacked. Hensley Adams coming in there, and right now Plan A and Plan B have gone out the window for Blessed, and they're on to Plan C, which hopefully could be a success.
You see, he had willpower on the seam there. I think he pulled the trigger. He didn't want to pull that trigger just because of the 2 errant throws that he had on the previous drive. Hensley Adam, once again, doesn't let you go to his third read. JYD
are in the mood. Their tails are up. Harpersad pumping, short, incomplete, and you can see by the body composure and the expression of Stephen Harpersad, it's a little bit twitchy for him and trying to read the field what he's being presented by the JYD defense.
You got to be giving credit to JYD right now. They're shooting zones completely, and they're clearly getting Steven off his game. He's constantly pump faking. I haven't really seen him play this type of football all season long, so it's kind of interesting to see.
And if you want to put in a little side bet here, Dan, his last INT, March 23rd against La Malud. Going short right. That's caught by Jafar Hassan. Pirouettes his way through. Tackled by Yvan Desjardins. And that will be short of a first down, as they are now probably about 8 yards away from a first down, but a big money down for them coming up.
Yeah, Jafar finished with 36 receptions on the season, 10 touchdowns. I mean, he's clearly a go-to target for this Blessed offense, and he's one of the more sure-handed players on this team. So I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to hit him once again.
South of 12 here in a 12-0 lead for Junkyard Dogs. They're flying out of the gates. And a disjointed start. They've been stuck in park, this Blessed offense, looking to get going. Trips left for the first time today for Harpersad. Looking towards the left. Going sidelines, and a diving catch by Phil Ferrand. And that will be enough for a first down, and a huge first down. That kind of gives them a sigh of relief that they're not going to turn this ball over.
It was big. This is the confidence they needed. You got to get Phil involved in this game. He's one of the most lethal players on this field right now, and he needs to see the ball a lot more for this Blessed offense to be producing.
And Phil Ferrand's a guy that we talked about with what he did during the regular season. 13 touchdown grabs. They'll need at least 2 more from him as they're down by 2 scores in this first half as we're at the lip of the midfield line. Harpersad looking towards the right. That is caught by Hassan as he moves upfield. And tackled by Sean Shemirjian, and that will be close enough to a first down. And now this game's starting to get into rhythm here for Stephen Harpersad.
That's the thing. I see JYD really not trying to give up the big play. Unfortunately, when you try too hard, everyone's backing up. Easy check down, Jafar Hassan. Easy 10-yard gain, first down.
From a quarterback's view,
second down, sorry.
From a quarterback's view, what is that first read if you're Stephen Harpersad right now with that length across his face?
I think you gotta hit something under right now. It's second and short. Try and move these chains. You could even take your shot right here. I wouldn't be surprised.
You wonder if willpower will factor in. Looking, patience, short. That's caught. Gurkowski up ahead to the right side, flagging the play, spin move, and we'll see what the flag is. But a big catch and a first down if that holds up.
That was big. That was a big catch. I think the flag is going to be on Paul Lapierre, if I'm not mistaken.
And I think you're absolutely right there, Daddy Boy. Your eyes have not failed you on that.
For now.
You haven't drank any alcohol yet, so I think you're okay.
Yet.
Yes. All right, so it'll be first and goal as they're now at the borderline of scoring, looking to punch their passport in for 6. And we'll see whose number will be called here as Ferrand is occupying the width on the left. And James Langshaw, we've not mentioned yet, he's being watched by San Shemirjian, who's occupying the cornerback position as well to the right of that formation. And here is Harpersad looking for the slant, and that's caught. Phil Ferrand. Simple execution, operation, ever so smooth. 12-6 lead with 9:24 left.
So he ran a little smash out, and he had the slot go in the back corner of the end zone, back pile on the left side, leaving the corner with an over-under concept that he has to split them. I mean, Steven just made the perfect read, perfect catch. Blessed are on the board.
Perfect execution for Harpersad. It appears it was a bit twitchy at first, but now they are back on the board here, down by a score of 12-6, pending the extra point as you go to a trips right 2-point convert here. You wonder if maybe a second quarterback will drop in this scenario with Langshaw occupying the second receiver to the right of the formation. High snap, and willpower will indeed drop. He goes, and that's caught by Phil Ferrand as he bamboozles Shemirjian on that play, catching him looking like a bystander on that throw and 2-point converts.
I don't know how you leave Phil Ferrand open. It doesn't make sense to me. You guys ought to have eyes on him at all times. I mean, Sean right there, he creeped up a bit too much on Will, and he wasn't aware of the first goal and pylon.
Right now, Blessed are in red ink, down by a score of 12-7, but that was a massive, massive conversion right there.
Big drive.
And now it appears the thing will be 12-8 because that was a 2-point convert. So here's Rossi. Third drive, sacked. Marvin Steinberg on one hand, smelling the sacks, and he gets a big one as he pins Jason Rossi deep in his territory.
That was huge. With one arm, stays down, doesn't fall for that pump fake, clips that flag. Wow. Very impressive, Marvin. Big sack for this defense.
It was fizzy skitty at first for this Blessed team, but now they're starting to find their rhythm here as Plan C has worked out well. And you wonder if Marvin Steinberg could be a difference maker with one hand getting that sack. And now it'll be second along for this JYD offense. They'll go to a trips right. Yvan Desjardins is the third receiver to the right of the formation. Hinsley Adams is by himself on the left. And we'll see how this plays out. Rossi looking towards the near sideline. That's caught. And out of bounds is Roy Submergent for about a 7-yard gain. So they regain back some of the lost yards. It makes this a third down and manageable.
This is going to be a big third down here. I hope Rossi doesn't get comfortable trying to pump fake and get around this rusher. I mean, Marvin proved that he's clearly able to get the job done. Hopefully they convert. I don't know if they will.
And the thing is, for this team, as we're approaching 7 to go in this first half, a 12-7 lead down Lazzara and Mocon here for the Div3 final. Trips left. So we're seeing both teams go with more of a heavy load sets on either side of the football. Rossi looking towards the left. Deep middle. Open. Submergent. He's got it.
Wow.
Vision, execution, touchdown, and Submergent coming through an 18-7 lead for the Junkyard Dogs.
What a play. What a ball, and most importantly, what a catch. I've been seeing Sean do this all season long. It doesn't surprise me one bit. I shouldn't be impressed, but I definitely am. That was insane.
And a massive play on a massive moment by a super player in San Submergent, and that is a huge play for this JYD offense. That kind of takes away a little bit of the buzz in favor of Blessed. And now you wonder how this will play in Blessed's hands as they're now in the trail position with them matching score for score. Extra point attempt coming up here for JYD. Looking towards the right. Rossi's got time. Going to the left corner, and that had too much meat on that pass. So an 18-7 lead here from Brossard. Dan, your thoughts on that throw? That was absolutely incredible, the touch and perfection.
I mean, the touchdown was great, but it's the third time we try and see them go for an extra point and hit Sean Submergent on a jump ball. I'd like to see them execute at a higher level here. These extra points could come back to haunt them.
And now for this Blessed offense here, Stephen Haraprasad. What will his answer be to that beautiful throw by Jason Ross? That is. I'm going to say Jonathan. I don't know why. Here we go. Here is Haraprasad. He's going to go deep. He's got Ferrand. He's away. He dips. He dives. He spins. And he's tackled by Roy Submergent just shy of the 4-yard line. So one service ace, returned by another service ace by Stephen Haraprasad.
Beautiful ball. Not known for his deep ball, but wow. On the money, in stride. Phil even almost made a play to get into the end zone. However, good play by Sean to get that tackle, stop them from getting into the end zone. Now we got some red zone defense to deal with.
And that was a big response, a big service ace right now. Could they come up here with some touchdowns for either side here? A kill shot would be nice for Haraprasad as he looks to cut this deficit down inside 10 points. Looking towards the middle. Patience, looking, swing pass, and great play using the telescopic arms of Brandon Robinson, but he might be a bit banged up there. As you can see, he came up limped. I
think I saw Will Power coming across the field, and I think he had a step on Paul Lapierre. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back to that. The double drag seemed to be working against their man-to-man defense that JYD keeps trying to throw at them. However, they're big, they're lengthy, they're tall, and it makes it really tough in the red zone to try and find those passing lanes.
Yeah, those sidearm passes by Haraprasad, as he's got to force his hand a little bit more towards another degree of separation there. And we'll see how this plays out on the second and goal. Phil Ferrand on the left, and Will Power, we've not mentioned his name yet. We'll look now, pumping, looking left, and Phil Ferrand try to sky up there and could not come down with the football with his right hand. He had him dead to rights, but couldn't finish off the play.
I love the play call. A little back of the end zone, in, out by Phil Ferrand. Steven has to hit that. I know it's an anticipation throw. The DB is still in position while he's trying to make that throw. However, it's got to be lower into his hands. That's an easy 6 that he wants back for sure.
The science, meaning the arts on that play, was not executed properly. They had the geometry perfect, but the conclusion was not. And now with that, it'll be 3rd and goal here, an 18-8 lead for Junkyard Dogs over Blessed. And with Willpower and Langshaw, the strength of that offense on the right side have been held in check. Looking towards the right. Caught Hassan, and he stopped just shy. Is that going to be converted? Yes! Touchdown for Bless. And that was a massive play, a seminal moment for that team right now.
Yeah, we saw some Lane's defense there, and Sean Submergent was stuck in a hole trying to cover James Langshaw in the back of the end zone, and Jafar coming into the first cone, hit him in stride, get into the end zone. Love it. Now we got that extra point that we got to deal with.
And that's going to be the key now, this extra point. It might come down to extra points for either side here, with this being a 4-point lead for Junkyard Dogs over Blessed. Down Lazzara Mocon as we are inside, 3 minutes left in this first half. And it's been all Junkyard Dogs right now in terms of where they are. They have been in the pole position here, leading from start to present, and now they go to a trips right on this 2-point convert. So a massive moment here for Bless on this 2-point convert. Deep middle, picked off. And Yvan Desjardins, you were kind of like perplexed. Why didn't he run it out? I'm not sure.
I think he wanted to save his wheels for the offense. It's one of those that you know that there's like 6 guys in front of you. You're like, okay, fine. Let's live to see another day.
So far, it's been intoxicating football at its finest here by JYD's offense. And you have to admit, Dan, Jason Rossi, beg your pardon, has done a really good job with some of his throws on 3rd and even on 4th down.
So an interesting development here. Phil Farran got shifted onto the other side. I'm pretty sure he wanted to get matched up with Sean Submergent. However,
they go opposites. And here's Rossi, evades the sack, taking off towards the right side, and he is going to be met by Jafar Hassan and Marvin Steinberg for maybe a 2, if not 3-yard gain. And that'll be second down coming up here as we are 140 away from 5 plays.
So I'm starting to see Jason try and get a bit too fancy, trying to get around the rush, knowing that Babelis isn't there coming after him. I don't really seem to feel comfortable about that decision just because you get too fixated on, okay, I'm going to beat this rush, then find the guy. I'm going to beat this rush, then find the guy. Next thing you know, that rush is going to get in your face, and we're looking at a big sack. However, Jason seems to get around it, get some positive yards, keep the drive moving.
Well, right now, Dan, as a quarterback, I'll ask you after this player about the 5 plays in the horizon. Here's Rossi looking towards the middle, and that is caught by Roy Submergent, and that will be enough for a first down. So now as we move towards flag on the play, we'll see what the call is for against Junkyard Dogs. But now as we move towards the conclusion of the first half here, if you're Blessed, do you start using your timeouts to preserve time to get yourself maybe a couple plays, or do you let it play out with your defense?
I would wait till maybe another play or two to start calling some timeouts. Try and save her as much as you can. Steven is definitely on the bench, dying for his team to make a play for him, to get him back into this game, even though it's just a 4-point game. JYD, that was a really nice pass over the middle, by the way, by Rossi. Found the right perfect hole to hit it into. Rory got the yards and the flag and won.
And if you want to look at the Blessed defense, they had 20 interceptions during the regular season. 6 went for touchdowns. And here is Rossi, short, caught by LaPierre on the left, and Gokowski in on the tackle, and the first timeout being issued by the Blessed. So they're going to play the clock game here. Now, for the chess pieces on the football field for Jason Rossi, how does he approach it now with the first timeout being utilized?
I would keep going to Mr. Paul LaPierre. There's no one that could guard him. Look at the size of the difference. I mean, look at Kevin Smuda on the bench right now. They could really use this man because the size mismatch is clearly becoming evident. I do not think that Rossi will go away from that concept because it seems to be working at a high rate right now.
And for the timeout call, that is done with. And don't forget, right, we talk about Kevin Smuda also being out as well. He's on the sidelines. So they're missing 2 big hitters off that offensive defense. Big play now for Jason Rossi. Rolling to his right, waiting, pumping, going short, and a diving attempt by Yvan Desjardins. No good. Timeout called by Blessed. And now we are starting to see this perhaps momentum shifting towards the team in orange with unable to score points for Junkyard Dogs.
That was a nice play by James Langshaw. He didn't back up from that first cone. He knew that they were going to try and attack him. Kept his feet in the ground, made a nice play to the outside. That's how you're supposed to do it as a DB playing corner in the red zone. It's really tough, and the moment you give up that first cone, it's an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback.
It's been a minefield right now for both teams trying to work the middle of the field. They've gone to the wide side. And now for Jason Rossi in this offense, this could really set the tone for them going towards the final 5 plays, and if not, towards the second half, if they're able to come up with points. Base formation. Short left, caught, and Roy Submersion, that is, on a big catch and run, using the ski legs on that, and a big touchdown to make it 24-14.
Beautiful job by Rossi, looking to his right and shifting over to his left to find Rory wide open in the zone. Blessed seemed to be a little bit off with their communication over the middle. However, big play by Junkyard Dogs to get another score yet in this first half.
They're a bit quizzical right now in terms of how they've been in this first half. And you wonder now what adjustments they'll have to do at halftime, because, again, they'll get the ball back. And regardless of this extra point or not, you have to believe Bless has to come up with 6 points before halftime hits.
They need it.
Back end zone. Caught. And that is converted for the big points here. 2-point convert. And now 26-14 lead. We'll see the highlight on that if that was a clean play. And here it is, Danny.
Big brother coming in to say, not so quick, Sean. I could do this myself. What a moss.
If we can get the bird's eye view on that, and they might do a challenge here. And here's the bird's eye view right here, Dan. What do we got? Did the feet come inbounds?
I do not know. I think that foot might have stepped out of bounds.
I think the right foot might have gone out of bounds. The size 13s over there. If they're size 11s, we're talking about 2-point converts.
It's a whole other Kevin Durant situation in the Eastern Conference Finals all over again.
That's right. So here we go. Let's look at it from the field level. That won't give us a clean view, but the bird's eye view will. So this goes to the right corner. There's no question that the completion was done. It was caught. It's where his feet land. And now you see it, and right there, the right foot and the left foot both out.
Yeah, that might be overturned. It's unfortunate. It was a hell of a play by Rory.
Here we go. Let's see one more time here. So we'll get it from this angle once more. And it's a great ball by Rossi into traffic. Now the left foot comes in, but the right foot comes down on the blue.
I don't know. Maybe those toes hit right before the foot stepped out of bounds.
I think the left is in, but the right is out. That's what I think is the situation. Because, again, if we go back to it again, if we get another replay of that once more, and, again, the field level won't give us a clean look. And here we go again from the bird's eye view. Watch the left foot and watch the right foot. Right foot comes on the blue line. Left foot is inbounds. That's no question.
Remember, there's got to be conclusive evidence for this to be overturned.
Left is in. Right is on the blue.
However, is that knee down? Is that left knee down?
But you need 2 feet in, though.
One knee is 2 feet.
In our league, I have no idea.
I watch too much NFL. That's my fault.
Yeah. So let's see what the conclusion is going to be. The referees are still going over right now. That's a toss-up because that's 2 big points right there, Dan. And that makes it a legit 2-touchdown lead for JYD with that whole serve.
It's big. It's definitely big. It could be a game-changing play right now.
All eyes are looking towards the replay booth. And here we go again. So let's, in normal motion, you can't see it. But if you slow it down, I think the left is in, but the right's out.
And here we go with the call.
And let's see what the call is.
Head official Walter Berry coming to give the call.
Actually working for the first time in a long time.
One of the best we got.
And so let's see what Craig O'Brien will have to say. Here's the call.
No good.
So no good. Replay comes through on that. So I think the right foot was what caused that to be incomplete. And a bullet dodged by Bless because now they're down by 10 compared to a 2-touchdown lead fully.
That was huge. I really think that those extra points are going to come back to haunt them. Like I said before, this Blessed offense needs to get a score before the half to have any momentum going into the second half.
And now can they get that momentum? They're down by a score of 24-14. Here's Howard Purcell looking towards the right short. That's caught by Langshaw, his first catch, and tackled by Yvan Desjardins for about a 5-yard gain.
Langshaw is a player that didn't really get that many receptions on the year, only 14, but he still finished with 7 touchdowns on the year. So
1 out of 2 touchdown ratio.
Yes, that is correct. And I really think he's one of those players that at any moment could take a home run to the house. I wouldn't be surprised if they try a double move at this point.
And now you wonder if his number will be called a few more times than before. Langshaw occupying the width to the right Ferrand to the left. High snap. Looking towards the left. That's caught. Gutkowski up ahead. That's enough for a first down. He's tackled this time by Submergent and Rory, that is. And it'll be a first down here. So Herpestad working the plays and relaxed in the pocket.
Calling is all hooks. I mean, it's one of my favorite plays personally to call in FBF. You just got to read the zone, see who's dropping back, find out where your target is, lock in, easy completion, move the chains.
And not only that, though, Dan, if they do score here, they get the ball back to start off the second half. So it's a 2-for-1 possession if they do connect right now. And here's Herpestad going down the sideline. Caught! Easy! Execution, touchdown, Langshaw, and a massive play to make it 24-20. And you wonder if momentum might be in favor of the team in bright orange.
So Blessed went back to that play that they constantly keep running. It seems to be working in their favor. They have their snapper shoot out to the out route, and both their wide receiver runs a go, slot runs a seam, and it's basically pick your poison. As we can see here, beautiful execution. Van
Desjardins caught in two minds, not knowing where to be, and Langshaw in. So trips right. And you talk about a swing of points here. That is an 8-point swing, and now you wonder if they convert on this 2-point convert. It's a 2-point score. Herpestad looking, evades a sack, open, Langshaw. Technician at his finest on that route running, and a 24-22 lead. And now, Dan, you must ponder for JYD if they're starting to feel a little bit of sweaty palms here, now only up by 2.
Beautiful, beautiful little hip action by Stephen Harperstar on that. I mean, buys that just a little extra second to find James Langshaw in the back of the end zone, and now we got a 2-point game. I really think the Blessed defense needs to be worried right now because on that side of JYD, they got some jump ball winners, and I wouldn't be surprised if Rossi just says, let's toss one up, boys, see what happens.
Well, we see Brandon Robson now all by himself on the left of the formation, trips right for Rossi. Launching deep middle, that's caught by LaPierre, and he's tackled just shy of the midfield stripe by Jafar Hassan, and that'll be a first down. And now we're down to the last play of this first half. You mentioned it before. Are we looking at maybe the phone number being dialed up towards the Submergent boys on that jump ball?
Absolutely. It's either well, they got 4 options over here. They got either of the Submergent brothers. They got Paul LaPierre, and they got Brandon Robinson. So, I mean, pick your poison right now. It's just a matter of coming down with that ball.
And the question, if they do come down with that ball, will it be for 6 or no points?
It's going to be on the ball placement right now. This is a big play for the game right now.
And now we'll see what happens here. 24-22 lead for Junkyard Dogs. This could be a big moment in the matchup here. A seminal play for either side. Rossi looking, launching, going deep left into the crowd. Deflected out of bounds by Marvin Steinberg. And at the end of the first half, it is JYD 24, Blessed 22. Game still in the balance, full of jeopardy to be played in the second half.
Is it just me, or when that jump ball comes up, your heart stops for a second? You know,
it does, but you talk about this style of football. It's always a highly likely to happen that it's going to be caught or picked off here. So, Dan, as we look towards the second half of this football matchup, what is the key, knowing that now Bless has possession to open up the second half here, knowing that they need to get that points? If they do, they can go up by a few more points.
Well, we saw it from the start of the game. Steven was a bit shaky to get things going, but then you see him coming into his zone, getting more comfortable, calling the right plays, finding the right man, getting his accurate balls in there. I really think that this Blessed team kind of found out their groove, and okay, here we go, Rossi. We're in your head now.
So who has more pressure now? Is it Blessed or JYD?
I would say JYD, just because Blessed, I feel like, is the better team, and JYD came into this game with a statement to start off the game. You go up by 2 scores, and now you're only looking at a 2-point lead. So,
willpower is not really factored in. We know the Submergent brothers have factored in. Paul LaPierre has had a role here. But do we now see the situation where maybe, just maybe, that Rossi might have to go to his 4th or 5th option, whether it's Brandon Robinson or Van Desjardins?
I think he will have to, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does. Honestly, he seems to be comfortable knowing that Babelis, once again, is not the rusher coming at him. He's not afraid to hold on to that ball an extra second or 2 to find that extra 3rd or 4th read. So I would be really interested to see if maybe he hits a deep one over the middle after waiting an extra second or 2 off a busted coverage, probably.
Right now, both teams have their team talk, and it appears now Blessed starting to ask more questions of this JYD team going towards the second half here. And you wonder for Stephen Harpersod, he had a bit of a glitch to start off on his opening drive, down 12-0. Now they're only down by 2, and they could perhaps make a run here going towards the second half.
Well, what was the difference? Phil Ferrand started getting involved in this game. Phil Ferrand is one of the best players on this team, probably one of the best players on this field at this time. He's a player that absolutely needs to see the ball in the second half if Bless wants any chance at hoisting this trophy.
Well, as we get ready now for the second half here from Brossard, Quebec, down Lazzara, Mocon, and now Bless back on the offense, knowing that they can take the lead for the first time today with them only down by 2. And you wonder if extra points might become a big factor here, because 2 points, they go for it. That could be the difference in why Team A beats Team B today.
You're very right, Mo. I don't think at this point in time that there will be another turnover in this game. Watch, I might jinx it right here. But, however, both teams seem to be playing efficient football on offense, so these extra points could be huge. The
margin of victory ever so thin between these two teams. Here is Harpersod looking towards the left, going deep. He fires one in, and Ferrand cannot bring that in as that ball was fizzing in, but not corralled for a first down or more.
Just off the hands of Ferrand. I mean, Brandon Robinson did a great job of putting his body in the way of that one. Might have gotten tipped. I'm not really sure. However, Will Power seems to be open in that middle of the field almost every single play.
Do you shift him around? Because he's not had any influence in this game from the offensive perspective. Here is Harpersod again, looking towards the short left. That's caught. Gudkowski tackled by Robinson. And it'll be third down coming up here, the money down for either side. And could they full serve JYD and force a fourth down in this scenario?
Well, Blessed on the season, they're converting at a high rate of 70%. I really think that they're built for this. They go into their trips formation again, which seems to be playing huge dividends for them. Let's see what they do.
Trips left. Blessed on a streak of 11 out of the last 12 wins. JYD have won their last 5. Harpersod looking towards the left. That's caught, fired in, deflected, and that was well played this time by Rory Semerjian. That impacted Phil Ferrand as we see the replay coming up here on our field level.
Yeah, I think Steven is just trying to predetermine coverages right now. Clearly, he's not reading the whole field. He's just trying to hit it to his man. I guess those are the jitters of the finals right now. Fourth down, this is a big play.
Big play now. This could be a heart-in-the-mouth moment for either side. It trips left, as it is Will Power playing the receiver on the third option of the formation. Harpersod looking towards the right, going open. Langshaw, first down and more. And he's brought down by Semerjian, and that is Sean, that is. And a big fourth down conversion for that offense.
In my eyes, Mo, that's too weak of coverage on fourth down. You got to be playing way tighter than that. You can't be giving up 6-7 yards easily like that. I mean, it's the finals. You got to play tough. You got to tug a bit, like try and get away with one.
And that was mesmerizing at his finest there on the fourth down conversion for Harpersod. Good snap, looking towards the left, pump short, caught by Ferrand, makes one jab move, up head to the teeth of the defense, making 2 misses, up to the sidelines, and 6 right there. A super play from a super player, and now a 28-24 lead on a massive moment here for Blessed.
Mo, what's the saying? Big-time players make big-time plays. He just caught a 3-yard hook and juked all 6 guys on defense. That was absolutely incredible.
And you can see on that, Will Power had his hand up here knowing that was going for 6. So now, Dan, it's a 28-24 lead, a 4-point lead, and it appears they're going for 2. Do you agree with that at this juncture of the second part of this, or the early part of the second half, that is?
We'll see how they will convert on their 2-point converts right now. I mean, as it stands, I don't like the call just because of the fact of the height that JYD has. However, they got it on their last one. Let's see how it happens.
This could be a 6-point gap if they convert. 2 quarterbacks dropping. Here is Gudkowski now on the left side. Plenty of time. Open. Back end zone. Langshaw went airborne, and Brandon Robinson right there looking like a rim protector in basketball. So this remains a 28-24 lead. That's the good news for Bless. For Junkyard Dogs, they're down by 4. They were up by 12. And now for Jason Rossi, does his mindset change in how he approaches this first drive of the second half?
You could see the momentum clearly has shifted in favor of Bless to start the second half. I mean, Rossi plays really well with the lead. When he doesn't have that lead, it's a bit shaky. So I'm really intrigued to see how this drive goes.
And Rossi looking towards the middle, pumping, hesitating pressure. That's caught by Submergent down the left sidelines, and that'll be enough for a first down. He jabs his way through and tackled by Phil. That'll be enough for a first down, as now we're seeing the big hitters from both sides answer the bell on these big catches.
Again, you see Rossi having a little bit of twinkle toes on that. However, the rush is not the same when Babelis is not there. He's able to go to his fourth read, finds the hook backside for an easy pitch and catch. Big game.
And we're seeing some shimmy, some mesmerizing, some silky moves from guys like Phil Farron and, of course, Roy Submergent. Now both Submergents on the right of the formation, as Robson will make his way towards that. So we're seeing the length, the height, probably average height 6'5.5" for all we know, all on one side.
Would be a nice basketball team, a starting five.
Better than the Miami Heat, perhaps. And Lapierre, a rare miscue, as he was zigging and that ball was zagging. And it will be a second down coming up here for JYD.
A rare drop by Paul Lapierre. Usually finds that zone and sits in it perfectly. The ball wasn't the best. It was a bit behind him. However, I want to see Paul come down with that. That's plays that he needs to make in the finals.
We are inside 17 minutes of this second half here. The Div3 final between Bless and Junkyard Dogs. A 28-24 lead for Bless over JYD. And now, could JYD retake the lead, as they'll keep with a trips formation, this time of Robinson, Adams, and Submergent. Rossi waiting, deep middle, caught by Lapierre, looking like a dreadnought out there, making that big play over Marvin Steinberg.
So usually what you see is a 2-yard drag and a 5-yard hook by the snapper. However, when you got time in the pocket, like Rossi is clearly displaying right now, he runs a deep over and an even deeper hook for a big gain to Paul Lapierre over the middle. Now we got a red zone trip.
And now could the arts and crafts of Jason Rossi's offense come through here, knowing that they're down by 4, and now starting to spread it a little bit more than before. But again, Hensley Adams and Brandon Robinson not being a factor. They've gone to 3 receivers so far in this game. Rossi pumping, caught. Lapierre instead deflected well by Marvin Steinberg, as it felt like he ran the route and knew what was going on that play.
Yeah, they clearly played a tight lanes or a tight man. I'm not sure what it was exactly. However, Paul was clearly covered. Jason looked at him, still looked at him, and then still tried to throw it. I mean, you can't really do that. Marvin's all over that. He's too much of a good defender to not be able to step in front of that.
Down Lazzara Mocon here, a 28-24 lead for Bless over Junkyard Dogs. This is the second half of this football game between these two teams here. The Submergents on the left side of the formation. Hensley Adams on the second receiver of the right of the formation. Here is Rossi looking towards the middle, and that is caught by Paul Lapierre, boxing out like a basketball player, and he comes up a little bit limp, but the veteran, very savvy and tenacious on that play.
You know what they say, good D, better roll. That's what Paul Lapierre just showed us right there. He boxed him out, and he made sure that Marvin didn't put that one hand that he has in front of that ball to tip it once again.
So with that, it's now a 30-28 lead for JYD. So a 2-point convert, a 1-point convert, for the short term does not really have much of an impact because it doesn't make it a 6-point or 8-point lead, but it could add up in the final tally if it ends up being a very, very margin of error score right now.
So we see Phil Farah line up on the right side corner on top of Sean Submergent. So I don't think we're going to go to that matchup this time.
We'll see where Rossi rolls the dice. Going towards the right, Hensley Adams, 2 feet, and he finally opens up his account. And in fact, he might have gone out than in, and it appears that is the case to be. So Hensley Adams, no good on that. He was out of bounds, came back in, did not reestablish. Let's see on the replay here if that's the case to be. So maybe from the bird's eye view, we'll get a better angle from where that was.
That's tough.
And here we go. Adams. And you wonder, Dan, yeah, he was out. He was out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, that was close.
You got to keep your feet in there. You got to keep your feet in there.
The geography was not well.
The play call was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, the GPS wasn't on for that play for Adams. So with that, it's now a 30-28 lead for JYD. Short pass to the right, that's caught by Will Power. He gets around 1, and now tackled by Yvan Desjardins. But again, Will Power, if we know him well, 2-yard hooks are not his forte. It's those deeper outs that he does or deeper in routes that he goes with.
But that's how you get him going. You got to get him going with this short passing game. Now the defense has no choice but to respect it and play tighter on him. Watch for a deep ball here.
Harpsad, short. Hassan, up the teeth. And spins, and he will be close enough to a first down, and he will convert for a first down. And now, with about 13 and change left in the second half, does Harpsad go to milk-down mode, squeezing the life of the clock here and trying to force JYD to kind of keep up with the patience that he has.
Well, he seems to be going quick right now at a quick pace, and JYD seems to be not ready. Oh.
Evades Adams, takes off, and a flag on the play. And we talk about Stephen Harpersod. He ran the ball this year for like 40 yards. Not much. Not much from him. In fact, not much from the Blessed offense for rush yards as a unit.
He finished only with 5 rushes for 23 yards.
Oh, 23 yards. There you go.
But he did get a touchdown. That's interesting.
No, it's always good. The analytics will be very impressed by that. So 5-yard penalty in the first down here. And now Harpersod can have the luxury of maybe going with the deep shot with him now inside the JYD territory.
Either the deep shot or JYD keeps playing off and Steven keeps taking what the defense gives him. Right now he's playing efficient quarterback play. I like it.
Harpersod looking towards the right. Pumping, waiting, over the middle. Hassan caught that. And you can just see the telepathy with him and his receivers, knowing that, hey, if the first option, which was the Langshaw, wasn't open, I can go to my second option to Jafar Hassan.
Yeah, so he did try and find Langshaw on that deep route. However, Sean was all over that. Steven did a good job of coming back to his second read, finding a snapper, open over the middle, keep the drive going.
And now will be second down coming up here in about 6 yards or so on that play. And Philippe Farron has not left his perch. He's held that postal code of the left wideout position. Harpersod, deep right, open, Langshaw, touchdown. And now regain the lead of 34-30. And, Dan, I wonder if that was broken play on that touchdown grab by Langshaw.
Mocon, that was not a broken play. That was the exact same play that they scored on their last drive with a goal by the Langshaw, a seam by Will Power, and out by the snapper, leaving the short man on the right side of the defense in a bind, whether he has to go deep or go short. Execution to the highest level by Stephen Harpersod.
So 34-30 lead, 2-point convert. You would imagine would be the choice of choice of food on the menu here for Stephen Harpersod, and it appears he will go for 2 again. This will put them up by 6. And we talk about swing of momentum, an 18-point swing perhaps when they were down by 12. Now perhaps up by 4 for sure, maybe up by 6. Harpersod looking towards the right, second quarterback, Will Power on the right side, waiting, evades one player. Going now to the third quarterback, Gutkowski, and he tried to go acrobatic and emphatic on that play, but not clean. And so the good news is they're up by 4, but couldn't get that 2-point convert.
These converts are going to come back to bite them, Mo. I really think it's going to come back to bite them. They have the plays there. It's there for the taking. They really got to be able to execute those converts because JYD doesn't seem to be slowing down on offense either. And
you wonder now, full throttle ahead here. It's been an enthralling game between these two teams here. JYD, Blessed, down Lazzara Mocon in the Div3 final. Here is Rossi going short right. That's called by Desjardins. He tried to spin using the R1, but went nowhere, and Jafar Hassan in on the tackle.
Yeah, we got a triple slants to the right on that one. Just take what the defense gives you. I even saw Paul open on that. If the defense is just going to continue playing laid-back zone, I mean, you got to be able to take what they're giving you. Don't try and force it.
And now a 34-30 lead as we are inside 10 left in this matchup here. You wonder, Dan, there might be 2, maybe 3 possessions left in this ball game. And Ross will have to cash in on those possessions. Going deep down the right side and a 1v1. And well defended by Langshaw as he uses instincts on that play to go at the highest point here and prevent Sean Shemirjan coming down with the 6.
Yeah, you could see he started to realize that, okay, Sean's a big boy. We got to play more physical on that. He did not allow him to box him out. Stayed in perfect position, went up high. Great work by James Langshaw on that one.
And now it's going to be a big play here for JYD. Paul Lapierre has had a strong game, as have the Submergents. But again, I'll bring up the point. Yvan Desjardins and Brandon Robinson, we've not mentioned their names yet. Here is Rossi going deep middle. That's called by Lapierre. And he gets around Hassan enough for a first down inside the plus territory. And that was a big catch by the veteran.
Paul's looking for a flag even. I think he should have got it as well. It's just that middle of the zone is just wide open all the time. You got to be able to squeeze that, close that gap. It's way too easy for Jason to Paul. They've been doing it all season long. I mean, right now we're looking at Paul with 38 receptions on the year, only 2 touchdowns. However, he's a big factor for this JYD offense.
Yeah, you wonder how many times those 36 catches went for, out of the 2 touchdowns, went for first downs. And that now down as we move in towards the final 8 minutes of this second half here, 34-30 lead for Blessed. Rossi looking towards the left, now to the right, deep open, and Yvan Desjardins, we mentioned his name. It was dialed up, but it was the wrong number.
He was there. He had willpower burned on the route on a little post corner action. Jason has to be able to hit those. However, you live to see another down. It's better to have that out of bounds than underthrown and picked off. That could change the momentum of this game.
And now Steinberg. Well, you wonder now for the pass rush, can they get a big pass rush from Marvin Steinberg? He has 1 sack to his name already. You talk about quarterback sacks right now. Hensley Adams has 1, as does Steinberg, but Steinberg is playing with 1 hand.
Quite impressive, to be honest.
And now he's going to rush Rossi on his right of his body. And here's Rossi looking towards the left, short, and Lapierre. And right there is Jafar Hassan as he babysat Paul Lapierre out of bounds. And now it will be a big down coming up here for JYD's offense. 3rd down exactly.
So on the season right now, JYD is converting 51% of their 3rd downs. It's not bad, but it's not the worst. However, you're starting to see Bless say, you know what, let's just go man-to-man and see what happens. And on that play, stick to him like glue. Perfect coverage there. And we're here to see another 3rd down play. Let's see if Bless could come up with a big stop here.
And now it is going to be a big stop here, perhaps, or not. A move of the chains for the 1st down. Rossi. Deep middle, open, caught, touchdown. And you wonder if he maintained possession.
I think he did. That was a great catch by Sean Submergent over the middle. I thought the DB was going to be able to make a play. I'm not sure if it was willpower on that one. However, post route. Oh, he juggles it, though.
Where does the feet land?
I think his feet were in.
Yeah, if we get the bird's eye view, perhaps that'll give us a clear indication here.
I think it was a mix of willpower and Phil Ferrand both.
So they're going to challenge right now, Dan. So let's see right now from the bird's eye view what this play looks like. There was definitely a bobble, but the question is, did he get his feet in? Right there's the bobble, but where was his feet at that moment of demarcation?
When he has that ball in his hands after the juggle, does that other foot spin out of bounds? That's the big question.
So Paul Lapierre not happy about that. I think they're going to win JYD this touchdown, but it's going to be close. The bird's eye view has to be the angle that you have to use, not this angle here. Right there's the bobble. Where's his feet, though?
Yeah, both of them were in.
If we get the bird's eye view, we can give you a better angle of where that was.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
So it does stand, 36-34 lead. Because of that, Bless are now out of challenges, unless it goes inside 5 plays.
That's big. That's really big. Inside 5 minutes, you want to keep that challenge for within 5 plays left or somewhere around that area. However, you're starting to see guys don't want to play physical with Sean Submergent. It's only normal. He's a big body, and he's not afraid to go up and get that ball between 2 guys, 3 guys, doesn't matter.
And now the big 2 points here. 36-34 lead for JYD. Sacked! So it maintains a 2-point lead for JYD. And now, Dan, we're now inside, we'll say 6 minutes left in this ball game. How many possessions do you think will happen in those 6 minutes left?
I think we're looking at at least a possession each. Might come down to the last possession. Last person with the ball, last team with the ball might win this game.
And if you remember, Bless used their timeouts in the first half. So JYD could get that possession. And now Gukowski in on that catch for maybe a 3-yard gain. Desjardins in on the tackle. So if you're JYD, when do you start using those timeouts, knowing that it could come down to that 3rd possession left in this second half?
I don't start using them just yet. I would wait it about a bit. I think that if they go with a man-to-man approach on this Blessed offense, they could try and get a stop here.
It'll be 2nd down and about 7, if not 8 yards to go. Langshaw's factored in. Power has factored it in. Now here's Harrison trying to factor in Phil Ferrand. He goes to Ferrand down the left sideline. 2 men to beat, and he will get tackled by Sean Submergent, and that will be enough for a 1st down. A big play for Bless as they move those sticks.
It's the same song and dance yet again. That snapper goes shooting out to the left side. What do we got? A seam and a go. Phil Ferrand sits perfectly right behind the halfback. Easy pitch and catch. Beautiful arc on that throw. Phil even tried to get an extra couple on that play, but good flag there by Sean Submergent.
And now it starts to get a little bit more twitchy. The jeopardy ever so prominent now. It's almost like double jeopardy here with these 2 teams. Knowing that one mistake could cost either side. To the right, that's called by Power, and he is devoured by Paul Lapierre for maybe a 2-yard gain.
No, it's interesting. We're going to start seeing Steven try and bleed out this clock clearly. He knows that.
Is that the right approach, though?
I think it is. You want to kill as much time as possible, try and get a score. Hopefully your defense gets you a stop. However,
are you trying to force them to use timeouts now? Because you want to save that time. If they use timeouts now, you might get the ball back with some
I'd
plays.
use a timeout if I don't score here.
Here's Brossard. Ferrand! Oh! He just went highlights.
Oh, my goodness!
Phil Ferrand has put himself in the FPF history of a highlight grab, and you wonder if he got both feet in. That's going to be the question. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, that's in. That was clean as a whistle. Wow, wow, wow. Phil Ferrand, ladies and gentlemen.
A peach of a catch. Absolutely mesmerizing by him. And looked effortless out there, and that was a big play for Blessed. They're now up by a score of 40-36, and now a 2-point conversion, which has not been their best friend today. This is big points. Second quarterback dropping in power. Going back end zone, Langshaw, and that ball had too much depth on that pass. So it remains to be a 40-36 lead, but now JYD has a hammer in their hands.
This is going to be huge. This is a big drive for Jason Rossi and this JYD team. I mean, right now, I don't know if you want to score right away just because Blessed might get another opportunity, and Stephen Harpersaw is cooking right now, so I don't know if you want to get him on the field with too much time left.
Well, right now, if this is a road, this is Route 1 finish here. That is 6 points required for JYD. They will need to score a touchdown to win this ball game as they're down by 4. But do you leave them time? Rossi short, caught by Yvan Desjardins. Power in on the tackle, and that will be a 6-yard gain coming up.
It's a good drive starter, all hooks. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. Great tackle by Will Power, by the way. Diving attempt.
And you wonder for Will Power, he is a guy that might have to come up on a big play on defense than where he normally is accustomed to on offense.
If this Blessed defense plays aggressive man-to-man, they might just be able to come up with that game-winning play.
That's the voice of Dan Lazzara. Mocon here on this Div 3 final call from Brossard, Quebec. Rossi pumping, looking short, and Jafar Hassan was right there like peanut butter on jelly. He was glued to Paul Lapierre, and it appears that defense had the right call, as you see by the replay.
It looked like Jason tried to go deep. He used that pump fake, trying to get some separation for Brandon Robinson down the sideline. Didn't like it, ended up coming back to Paul Lapierre, but great play by Jafar Hassan to break that up.
So 1 minute to 5 plays, Dan, and now this is in the hands of Jason Rossi to put himself in history of winning as a Div 3 quarterback. Going middle, that's caught by Submergent. Nice ski move, and he's tackled by Gutkowski, and that will be enough for a first down. So with Bless in a powerless position, no timeouts, it's going to come down to their defense to make a stop or maybe give an early score so you have a place to work with.
Yeah, you're very right, Mo. Right now, they seem to be clicking. Back-to-back completions for Jason Rossi. Oh, no, excuse me. There was an incomplete play before. However, he did come back to his second and third read. Find Rory sitting down in the middle. Hell of a tackle by Gutkowski. However, we are getting closer to this red zone and closer to the end of this game. I don't know if this Blessed defense is ready for this jump ball that's about to come.
Could Rossi mastermind a go-ahead touchdown? Going deep. Here is Desjardins. The idea was right. They made the wrong target.
That is absolutely correct. I think out of all the receivers on this team, that is the last option I would try and go with a jump ball with.
So 5 plays left. And you can still get a first down, Dan. So do you maybe try to go 1 play deep and then go short? Like, what's the plan now with 5 plays down by 4?
I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Paul Lapierre gets his name called on this one. Right over the middle, I could see him very well boxing out his man. However, those deep corner routes is something that Jason liked calling it earlier in this game. I could very well see him trying a double move, seeing that everyone's going to be sitting down at the sticks here.
Their last loss was 56 days ago on April 3rd. And now, JYD that is, and now could Jason Rossi be the master of a late comeback here and trying to win this game with a sucker punch ending? And you see Terry Bablis hopping his way into the huddle along with Kevin Smuda. What is being said in that blessed huddle as they know we're down to their last 4 plays?
They should be saying don't fall for that double move right now because they know it's about to come. They clearly shifted to a man-to-man look this last drive of defense, and I wouldn't be surprised here if they try and play a bit too aggressive. Hopefully they don't get a flag on this. However, this JYD team needs this play right here. This could be the season on the line.
When Killer Bees beat Blessed, they won 45-44. If Junkyard Dogs are going to win, they're going to score 40-plus right now. And that's going to be the case for them if they get that touchdown. And now it is full throttle ahead. This could be a heart-in-the-mouth moment here, pounding the rib cage. Rossi going to Lapierre. That's caught, and he is going to be at the rush bag, and that is going to be close, and now will be not first down here. So 4 plays left. Dan, they're about 3.5 yards away from the first down. Do you use that next play to get that first down to work with?
It's third down. They have another 2 chances. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try and score right away now, knowing that there's only 4 plays left. However, that was a crazy catch by Paul Lapierre to not only get the concentration to haul in that ball, but keep his feet in bounds as well.
Could this be the moment here? Could this be the moment for Jason Rossi to win the Div3 title? Rolling to his right, going to the end zone. Absolutely no one. And now we are down to the last roll of the dice. If you're Rossi, do you call a timeout to calm things down, make sure the heartbeat's not going too fast?
I would 100% call that timeout. No, right now he keeps calling zone beaters, and Bless is showing a man-to-man look. Things are not clicking right now, clearly, and this could spell the end of this season if this Bless defense could hold their tail over here.
And now for Rossi, this is where he takes his time in the huddle, and he might call a timeout at the last second here, and he knows it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He knows it. He's not in any rush at all, knowing that he can call a timeout, and that's going to be the case, I think, if he's going to look at it from this perspective, and they will indeed. So,
yes, sir.
So we take a deep breath here. We reset. It's a 40-36 lead for Bless. We're down to the final steps of this game. And you wonder if this touchdown perhaps could be the passport to victory for Junkyard Dogs over Blessed.
Well, it's important to note this game isn't over even if they do score. I've seen multiple comebacks happen.
Oh, we've seen it against your team.
Yes, we've seen it everywhere, trust me. However, this could be a play that I see Rory Submergent coming in over the middle to make a play. His speed and the size mismatch that he has could be the deciding factor.
All right, so now we are down. Ferrand flipping over to where Sanj Emergent is. Langshaw going to where Brandon Robinson is. Last roll of dice here for Rossi. Looking, end zone, picked off. Ferrand ends the game, and that will be it. Bless are your Division III winter champions.
The big mistake. Jason Rossi had to avoid it all game long, and he did a really good job. However, Phil Ferrand, once again, I mean, he's my MVP. There's not a doubt. What a game he had.
He broke in that ball before that ball was thrown.
He knew it was coming. They wanted to go to Sean. They switched up the matchup, put Phil on top of him. Your best man versus my best man. And unfortunately for JYD, Phil Ferrand once again making plays.
And the frustration seeping through for JYD. And they, it appears, are going to call it. And they will indeed call it. Paul Lapierre calls it for Jason Rossi, another trophyless season in which they were favored to make a run, and they come up short on a Phil Ferrand icing touchdown to the cake. What a game we had, Dan. It came down to the final 2 plays.
Yeah, Phil Ferrand, the drive right before, gets the go-ahead touchdown, and all of a sudden, he's there to make the play to end the game on the defensive side of the ball. What a player, what a two-way stud, what a performance by this whole Blessed team.
This heavyweight fight lived up to the expectations of what we thought would be the case here, Dan. And now for what is going to be, well, be it a short offseason because the new season begins in 6 days from now. But for Jason Rossi, he's going to have to ask questions about himself of what happened on the fact that they had a 12-point lead and they ended up losing by 10.
That's demoralizing. I'm not going to lie. That's very demoralizing. He's going to think long and hard for that 1 week that we have off. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we see JYD back here. They have a really talented roster. I mean, Jason was there. They were there. They were there for the win. They just didn't capitalize when they needed to.
The fact that there's no Kevin Smuda. We'll go to Robert Campana now. Here we go. We'll go down to President Campana, and we'll come back up here.
Good. All right, guys. We're down on field level. I'm here with Bless. So I'm honored to present the Division 3 Winter 2022 Championship Trophy to Blessed, Captain Stephen Haraperso and Terry Babalis. There you go, guys. Congratulations.
And there's Harapersad and Bless. They won the
All right, and last thing to present, it was we were asking ourselves the question up until the last play, but I think we got our answer. Finals MVP, Phil Farah.
Phil Farah, MVP.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Good for them. I'm happy for these guys. They deserved it. They were the better team coming into this matchup. They were the best team all season long covering them. They constantly put up, they averaged, I think, a little over 35 points a game. They clearly were the most dominant team in Division 3 this season.
Well, you know who are the real champions? Killer Bees.
If they would have made it to the finals, yeah.
Yeah, as you can see now, Stephen Harapersad signing the banner. That will be kept by Bless as they are the champions for the 2022 winter season. For the first time in 3 years, we have a Div3 champion, a new champion. It's been so long since we had a winter season here in FPF, but we were lucky to have this season come through. And now we get ready for the final thoughts here, Dan. And we talk about this game here, and a 12-0 lead for JYD. They had the hammer in place. And, in fact, you go back to that drive for Stephen Harapersad where they were down by 12. They had them in third down, but couldn't stop them, and Phil Farah came through.
That just goes to show the poise that Stephen Harapersad has. I mean, he's one of the quarterbacks that's just been developing at an insane rate each and every year that he plays. He plays in multiple leagues, flags, so clearly his quarterback mind has been developing at an insane rate. However, to be down 12 and still come back, have the poise to come back and say, hey, hop on my back, guys, I got this.
Where does Bless, you would have to imagine they move up in division, in weight class.
Of course, of course.
So if we're talking about winter season, Division 2, spring season, if they come back, depending on the health of some of their key guys, Division A. But Stephen Harapersad, where do you rank him in that quarterback echelon of FPF throwers?
As of right now, I would definitely put him in as a top 10 quarterback in FPF. That's without a doubt.
So now for Jason Rossi, he continues to chase a high division championship here. Is he a top 20 quarterback, or is he outside that penthouse of quarterbacks?
I think Jason throws a really good ball. He throws a really good ball. However, it's his decision-making that constantly puts a red light at his production rate. I mean, this guy clearly fields one of the craziest rosters that you could possibly field in Division 3, and yet coming up short like this, it's a sour taste in the mouth nonetheless.
No question, but for Blessed, they have been blessed with this championship as they win this now for the second time in the last 3 seasons of FPF action as they now move on here. So, Dan, great job by you. Articles were fantastic. It was Dan Lazzara-like. And you got your first initiation into the broadcasting world as well.
Thank you very much, Mo. I appreciate it. I had a great time. I won't lie, I was a little nervous, but thank God I had one of the best in the business over here to guide the way.
You got a PZ instead. All right, so with that, without further ado, we wish Bless congratulations here for winning the Div3 Winter title. And we'll see what the future holds for Bless and what they do in the course of action if they move up in weight class here. And for JYD, they had a talented team, but unfortunately came up just a little bit short at the end when it mattered most. So on behalf of Dan Lazzara, Alex Dakula, and the entire staff and crew, the camera people here, we wish you a good evening, and we'll see you for the spring season. Bye for now.
Cheers.